Let me frame this story for you while Mama get coughs into the
Give
mic.
me my soda first, too.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
There's your soda. Jesus Christ. Now I got sympathy coughs.
What is that?
What is that? What is that? I think I have that. That's the third clip. Anyway, enough. Professional. Simmer down. All right. So, I think it was a few weeks ago. Somebody actually showed me the story of Honey Boo Boo. The 20-year-old, 16-year-old thing, and on my Twitch stream, and I started watching it, and I was like, I had my take on it, and we're gonna get into it, which is why I'm not gonna give you my take again. But before posting the video, because there's a 24-hour exclusivity thing, I was talking to Mama Gut about it, and she's like, "Oh no, this situation's like fucked." Like Honey Boo Boo, just in general, like not even this.
Yeah, I don't even know like about the boyfriend situation, so I'm gonna need you to educate me on that. But like, I'm gonna call her Alana because that's her name.
Yeah,
and like her family is shitty.
Yeah,
her parents.
And I don't know about this because I'm not really invested in it. So I'm gonna learn a lot about Honey Boo Boo. But anyway, the story here is that Honey Boo Boo 16 is getting backlash after making a relationship with her 20-year-old public. Now, this is a really This is kind of loaded to me because we both agree that 20-year-olds shouldn't be dating 16-year-olds in any capacity. I think it's disgusting. However, at least I don't think it's morally reprehensible. I think it's gross. I think if it was my kid, it wouldn't be happening. Either way, if it was my 16-year-old daughter or son, or if my 20-year-old daughter or son, they wouldn't be dating somebody of this age range. And that's a huge thing to me because I think that we forget parental boundaries. And I know 20-year-olds are adults, but we also live in a time where 20-year-olds are still living at home and they're fucking losers. And they're not as mature as 20-year-olds from like 50 years ago. 20-year-olds from 50 years ago moved out of the house, they had a wife, they had kids, they were fucking like making good money. It's a very different thing. And so, like, I'm not trying to downplay it, but parental boundaries are still there. There's a lack of parental boundaries. And I'll say another thing. We live in New York, where there's a very heavy availability and accessibility of different people to date. They live in like some fucking Southern hick state, don't they?
Yeah, I honestly don't remember where at. But...
And I know that this might sound like a bad argument to you guys, but like when there's not a lot of people in an area, people tend to do things they shouldn't. Like if people,
like not even like down south. Like I lived in the North Country for a bit, and I think that a lot of high school kids are dating people out of high school.
Yeah, it's gross. And it's one of those things like you guys, how there's incest? No, honestly, the incest happens the most when it's in these poor areas where there's not a lot of availability. I'm not saying
isolated towns.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that it's an expected phenomenon. Would that be what you'd say? Based on lack of availability. So the reason I bring this up is because I think it's something that we need to talk about for context. From the age of consent argument, what we need to acknowledge too is that I don't agree with the law, but the law does say that 4-year age gaps are appropriate. And I know people would be like, well, we have to dismiss the law. Most of our laws do align with our moral boundaries. They really do. Nobody here would be like, yeah, I don't think murderers should go to jail. You would agree that they should. There are obviously spaces where I think that they need to be fixed. I don't think a 16-year-old should be dating anybody older than 18.
Yeah.
Even in high school, I'm tired of the high school arguments. Like, well, they both go to this, where they're both in the same school. It's like, okay, well, is the senior in class with the fucking freshman? And that senior's an idiot, and I don't want them dating my kid anyway. Fuck, are they in a freshman class? You know what I mean? I'm tired of that argument, and we do need to change it. However, from my perspective of due process and giving people the benefit of the doubt, I think it's a reasonable assumption to make that if a thing was illegal, most people wouldn't engage in that thing. And so I would make that reasonable assumption here. So I don't think that I think the relationship's inappropriate, but I don't think that he's a predator. And I think that it's still, I agree it's still gross, but he's not a predator. And I think that that's a very important thing because we like to throw around that word all the time as if like, and it's like, chill the fuck out.
And people are saying that they're in Georgia and age of consent there is 16.
Yeah, which is gross again. Yeah, which needs to, again, it's one of those things where it's like that, the law needs to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the comments on it are kind of funny. One girl goes, "Woo, this child has been let down by nearly every adult in their family, and I don't know what to say other than nothing about this is cute." Instagram official, my ass. I don't care what the age of consent in her state is. That is a child that needs to be. See, that's the part. I was with this person up until that is a child, and he needs to be in a cell next to Robert. Like that. I was. It's like this guy. I don't like. I think that this relationship's wrong, but I don't think that he's this fucking calculated predator. I think that his parents and her parents are shit. To be honest with you.
Who's Robert?
Is Robert the one that I would assume the one that the honey boo, the one that like the dad?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like isn't he like a bad person?
Not her father, but one of June's exes.
June's a fucking sounds like a real shit person.
There's a lot of issues as a mother. There's
I think
issues with her in relationships, but issues in relationships change once you become a parent.
Yeah, no, I think that bad mothers and fathers are shit, are bad people. I think that I think that like the way I honestly put a lot of value in parental shit. If you're a bad parent, I think you're really is a really good indicator for if you're a good or bad person.
People are saying Robert is R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly. Oh, yeah, he's disgusting too. You know, he just got sentenced. Maybe we should talk about that after this. Maybe one day you'll have a conversation about what the word pedophile really means. Like the word that's what I'm talking about. They're putting so much I just feel like,
you know, it's like I question like what is his interest in her and why. You know, like what. I mean, if she's 16, you know, what is she like offering to you as like a 20-year-old? But I don't think that it's necessarily. I mean, we don't really know much about him. I don't know anything except for the past 3 things.
Yeah.
That you showed me, but I don't know. It's not screaming actual like pedophilia to me.
No, not at all. I was glad. Bush people stop glamorizing this. Like, I agree with that. Honey Boo was 16, weirdo ass grooming boyfriend. See, that's the thing. He's not grooming anybody. I hate the way that people throw this word grooming around.
No, grooming and manipulation are 2 separate words. But even if he is manipulating her or not, like just to make the point, like grooming is so much more deeper and such. Like I feel like this isn't giving it the true meaning it has, but such like a long and like deep process. Like this stuff is not something that happens in 2 months for the most part, I would say. Perhaps there are some cases of it, but
well, grooming
you understand
is this,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, grooming is like a deep methodical process where a big part of grooming is creating a dependency, like physical, emotional dependency onto you by cutting off your family and your parents in some way, right? I don't think that that's happening here. I think that this is 2 young people that have bad boundaries when it comes to age of consent because of bad parenting. But give me a little bit of a rundown. Educate me quickly on Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo. So Honey Boo Boo started on the show Toddlers and Tiaras, and she was
right off the bat though.
Mm-hmm. So she was
beauty
known
pageants for kids is disgusting.
But she was different because, like, she was on the show with her mom, June.
Okay.
And, you know, just calling her Honey Boo Boo was, like, what is the word? Like, ratchet, I guess. Like, they were this ratchet family from the South. And, you know, she was running around and she was a chunky little girl. And she was shaking her, like, chunky little hips. And they were feeding her, like, whatever candy. And she was just, like, a big personality.
Well, it sounds like she's supposed to be, like, a mood. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. And, like, I love them. And when the show first started out, like, it premiered when I was doing my, like, visit for my college upstate.
Okay.
And me and my mom, like, watched it in the hotel room. So when the show Honey Boo Boo started, which was after Toddlers and Tiaras, it was June the mom, Sugar Bear, who is Alana's dad, only Alana's dad.
Okay.
And then it was Alana and her 3 sisters. So the older, I don't remember her real name, but Chickadee, and she was pregnant. She was a teenager.
Okay.
Then the second oldest is Jessica.
Okay.
The third oldest is Pumpkin. And then Alana. And at the time, I believe Alana was under 10 years old.
Okay.
And all the older girls were teenagers.
Okay.
So they were on the show, like, doing all this ridiculous stuff. Like, they have a gay uncle that they call Uncle Poodle. And he was, you know, just like the fun uncle. And it was really like a family show. And then I don't really know how exactly they got there. Mm-hmm. But the show ended, I think, because...
Did you talk about Pumpkin?
Did I talk about Pumpkin?
Did you mention Pumpkin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm trying to absorb all the information. Keep going.
Yeah, Pumpkin is the third girl.
Okay. Was it 4?
Chickadee, Jessica, Pumpkin, Alana.
Okay, 4. Okay.
So
much.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever happens. I don't know if this is going to be in chronological order, but this is the important facts.
Okay.
Mama Bear and Sugar Bear aren't together Mama Bear. Mama and Sugar Bear aren't together.
Okay.
June becomes addicted to crack.
Okay.
She had a previous boyfriend, and I'm not sure if she started dating him again or not, but she had a ex who inappropriately touched, I believe, Chickadee, the oldest girl.
Okay.
I don't know if she started dating him again or not.
Well, right off the bat, like, that's
but
disgusting.
That's like terrible.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I think that I can't say bad things, but they both don't deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just like how, but that's one of the things that really fucking gets me more than anything else. It really fucks me up, man. Like, how do you do that? Like, how
I don't know if she started dating him again. Like, I don't know why it came up, but then like she started dating someone new. Sugar Bear started dating someone new. I think Sugar Bear's married now, but whatever.
Was
it was
he a
like,
nice guy?
Sugar Bear, I think that he's an alcoholic.
Okay, well, I don't care about that. I mean, I'm more asking, does he sexually assault children?
Oh, no.
Okay,
I think that he may have been, like, verbally abusive. I don't know if he ever hit the kids or anything. But whatever, they got into a really nasty custody battle for Alana.
Okay.
And Pumpkin wound up taking Alana.
Wow.
Because mom was addicted to crack. She went to jail. June also got... the mother got one of the weight loss surgeries and dropped like, I think over 100 pounds and was like looking really good. And
how much
after
does she weigh now?
I don't know.
Give me like a rough estimate.
I am not good with weight.
Like, what do you think?
Like smaller than me, like probably like a size like 16.
So give me like a number. Like, how much do you think that they weigh? 200 pounds?
Maybe.
And they should probably drop another 200 pounds. Is there? How do you get back together with somebody that did that to your child? I don't understand. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
So Pumpkin wound up taking Alana in, and Pumpkin is Alana's like the third girl. So the one just older than her.
Okay.
And Pumpkin has a kid now. She's a couple years old, I think.
Okay.
And they took her in, and like it's just been like a custody battle over her. And like one of the nasty ones where like the parents are fighting and they're saying stuff. And, you know, I haven't watched it, but I saw some things on TLC saying like June came over and was with Pumpkin and Pumpkin's daughter and Alana. And she was like trying to say all these things. And they were like, don't even like talk to her like that because you don't care.
Right. Yeah.
Like all this stuff, just like an absent mother.
Yeah. She's a worthless mother.
So that's like the basic story of Alana. I think that there's a lot of trauma there.
Crazy.
Like she says how she's talked about like her depression, and like she's known for being like the 5-year-old chunky girl. And when the show first started, it was actually positive. There was one day when they went to the pool and Alana said something about like as a kid under 10 was like a little sad, saying that she felt fat.
Yeah, okay.
And the mom said something along the lines of like, yeah, you're fat, but you're still beautiful and you just got to eat less chicken nuggets or something.
Yeah, that's a nice message.
And it was a nice message. And that's what I liked about this show most, is that like it was a family I felt like I could identify with, because it was a bunch of like chunky girls who like curse and are just like, that's like me, like a messy room, just hanging out, making dumb jokes, doing stupid shit. And like, that's me.
Yeah, that is you. That's why I love you. Okay.
So she's only 16, and like so I said she started like Honey Boo Boo. Like the person in the chat earlier was saying they like were called Honey Boo Boo, and it's like that's like an insult.
Is it really?
I think that it's like
Why do you think
supposed
it's
to be an insult, because like there's a lot of bad connotations with this young girl.
Yeah.
Being like trashy Southern hick, like, you know, like obese child.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess I get what you're saying. Oh, so that's why you don't like when people call her Honey Boo Boo? I
would assume so. If it's not, I'm sorry.
Well,
if
it sounds
I'm
like your
projecting.
interpretation. But, okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, that's something. This whole situation's kind of fucked. But what's going on with his parents? Like, why is he letting it happen? Or his parents letting it? I don't know. Whatever. All right. Well, that was interesting. Oh, yeah. Somebody said the mother has a lot of relationship with sex offenders. One even abuser. Yeah, we have one even abuser. That was silent. So Sledge for $5. Thank you so much. Wow. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, they have a lot of family trauma.
Yeah.
that I think is like obviously impacting how they are now. Like I don't know where Chickadee's at. Once like everything happened with it coming out that she was molested by her mother's ex at some point, like she kind of disappeared from like I guess the media.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica is in college.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got distracted. Jessica's in college and like Pumpkin like has her family and is taking care of Alana. And like, you know, like I imagine Pumpkin, she's younger than me. I think she's younger than Christopher. And so she's like in her early 20s and she has her own kid, a fiance, and is taking care of her 16-year-old sister. So like
Jesus.
like I like praise Pumpkin. Like I think that is fantastic of her to take on that responsibility and want to be there for Alana, but like I can imagine how difficult that is.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting. I mean, at least they sound like good people. Crazy how that they're good people even though their parents are terrible. That's probably because parents try to hide the worst of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the way the life's supposed to work. You're supposed to have better kids than you.